Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Marcia. You're watching The Urban Man. So I know I promised you guys that I would have my mod video upcoming soon. I'm hoping next week I'll have something up for you guys. It was a nightmare. Well, the whole mod actually went alright. Not too smooth, but I'll get more into that when I do that video. But the footage as well, yeah, it was really difficult because I had to get my head deep down in there. So I battled a little bit with the footage. So I'm going to try and give you guys the best that I can. I can't promise you anything at this moment, but I am going to put something out for you guys. So next week that should be, I don't need to source through all the footage, tons of videos in that mod. I need to source through and edit and all of that good stuff. But today, let's put that one side, the mod. Today we're talking about G-Shock squares. G-Shock squares. Everybody needs to own one G-Shock square at least. But usually what happens is you buy one G-Shock, you fall in love, and then you buy another G-Shock and another one and another, and it never ends. Well, if you're an enthusiast, that's the case in any ways. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the 3 steps that generally how watch enthusiasts go about in starting their journey in getting into G-Shocks. So I'm going to show you 3 G-Shocks today, and while I talk about them, I'll give you my impressions on that roughly. Just a quick impression in that. I'm not going to get too much into details. This video is going to be extremely long and I don't want to waste your guys' time. But yeah, let's get down. Let's chalk some G-Shock squares. Alright, so here we have our first specimen, the classic basic DW 5600. So generally when people get into G-Shocks, this is the one that gets them into the love of these square models. So looking there at the case back, you can see over there, this is the DW 5600E. This is generally the cheaper variants of the square models, so that's actually why most people jump onto this, and you get basically all your functions, your basic functions, and all you really need in a watch that's battery powered, that's quartz driven. So you got this is, we'll call this the main menu. You got your date, the day, and sorry, the date, that's the month and the day, and then your time. And cycling quickly just through the mods, just the modes. You got one single alarm, you got a countdown timer, stopwatch, and back to home screen. And it also has a light. There, you can see that light. Let's just get that one more time. There. Got a nice light that lights up that whole display. So yeah, when people get into G-Shocks, generally this is what they start with, being the basic model, and people aren't too certain if they're going to enjoy the G-Shock squares, so this is usually what they buy, and then they realize this is a damn near perfect watch. This thing is so comfortable on the wrist, it's unbelievable. You know, if you don't own a square, you don't generally know what people are talking about when they talk about comfort with a square. But these things wear so comfortably on the wrist, it's ridiculous. These things are really great. So I'm going to put this now up here in the corner there. So the next move, okay, you can either go to the DW 5610 or you can go GW 5000. Okay, now I'm just going to bring this here so you can just see the two next to each other. All right, so sometimes folks will jump from this to the DW 5610 or the GW 5000. I went for the 5000. Reason being is I liked the full blackout and obviously the screw down case back and the all metal case. So there's quite a bit of weight difference between these two models, okay? And the main difference actually between these two will be this has got a wall timer. You've got 5 alarms on here. It's solar powered, so you don't have to replace the batteries, only maybe like every 12 years or something like that when the battery starts giving you trouble. And it's also got multi-band 6, which syncs with the atomic clock and set your time. But here in South Africa, we don't have that feature, so but it does have that feature included. And then at the bottom there, you've got your power indicator, LM, and so low, middle, or high. That's how much power the cell has in this battery. I'll cycle quickly just through the modes. So there you got your world time. There you got your alarm 1, stopwatch, countdown timer, and that's it. So basically same features, except here you got a world timer now and 5 alarms. Let's just go back to the alarm. I just want to make sure that it is 5 alarms, that I'm not talking junk to you guys. Alarm 2, alarm 3, alarm 4. Okay, that's snooze. So 4 alarms. 4 alarm functions. Go back to the home screen quickly. Okay. Now, besides these 2 models, what else do you get that's different? Okay, like I said, you get the screw down case back, whereas on here, this is just, it's stainless steel as well, but not screwed down. It's just got these 4 screws holding the case back in place. And the case is actually, if you look there on the edge there, the case is actually plastic resin as well. Whereas this model, the case, you can see the shine there, that's actually, it's all steel, the case. And this is just a resin bezel. Then the DW5610 is exactly the same. The only difference with that is you got your multi-band 6 and tough solar, and then the color variations is slightly different. Doesn't have this yellow, it's got a bit of red going around the screen there, that sort of thing. But besides this, there was a much more improvement on the GW5000. That's why I went preferably for this model. This strap was also much more softer than the standard DW5600. Besides that, your tangs are virtually the same. Yeah, pretty much they look identical, just obviously your color variations are slightly different. So now you've got in the DW5610 or the GW5000. What do you get after that? Well, if you've got the 5610, you can always go and jump to this, because this is obviously a jump up from the 5610. Or you now realize that you really love these squares and you need to start collecting them. Then you'll get yourself one of these. This is model number DW5035. This is the 35th anniversary. Nice gold. You can see there 35 on the back there, with your gold pusher buttons all on the side. And you can obviously now see there's a nice like tint shimmer as opposed to the other variations that you get. So now you've become a collector, and this is the one that you need to get. You obviously get older. This is the newer one, the 35th anniversary. You obviously get every 5 years, so there's a 30th anniversary, 25th anniversary. I like the gold accents on this and that gold trim there around. You can see the Project Team Tough. In terms of function, this functions exactly the same as this one. So your module is actually better on your GW5000 than the module that's on here. Here you're also getting exactly the same single alarm. You're getting your stopwatch and your countdown timer, and that's it. So the module that's in this one is exactly in this one. The only difference now from these two, besides the color variations, now this here has also got your screw down case back, and your case is also entirely in steel. I'm just going to show you guys the case over here. So if you look there on the edge, just where the screw is, you can see that's actually, the case is all plastic, whereas here, there on the edge of the screw down, the case is all steel once again with a resin bezel. So then your tang on here is also, you've got a steel buckle over here and tang, as opposed to here it's just plastic. And then you got a nice 35th anniversary labeling over there. So this is more for the collector, because honestly you're paying you're paying much more money for the same functions that you get on here. You're just basically getting nicer, you got your screw down case back and that. So there is some value over there, and your gold pusher buttons, even the screws over there, they're all in gold, so it's finished off quite nicely. So definitely a special model, but I don't think I would recommend this for somebody that's getting into G-Shocks. I would rather, the same money, I would rather buy this guy. You're getting much more functions on the GW5000 as opposed to the 35th anniversary. So yeah, this is basically, well, let me put them in order. So basically in order, starting off, you'll get the DW5600, then you would jump to either the 5610 or the GW5000, and from that you would probably get something special like this limited. There are other limited editions, but this one is this one's the only one I think that comes with a screw down case back and steel bezel. The other variations usually is just the other special models is usually just a screw down. So definitely, if you're looking for a special model, this will definitely be my pick of the bunch if you're looking for those special DW model squares. Then you get other square models, but generally this is the order that people like jumping in. My favorite of this bunch, even though I'm an enthusiast and I love this 35th anniversary, if I had to choose one out of all three, this guy gets the most wrist time. I just love the whole stealth, or even though it's not negative display, the whole bezel and your outside trimmings over there, all your markings, everything. This DLC coated at the back here. You know, the finishing on this DW5000 model is just, for me, it's perfect. All right, guys. So that's it. That's pretty much the whole video done and dusted. My pick of the bunch, as I said. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe. As always, you know, the subs really help me, motivate me to push out more content all the time. I'm doing this at the end of the day for the enjoyment of the hobby and for you guys. So having you guys on board and knowing that you guys are following me and sub to me, that really does motivate me to keep on pushing out great content for you guys. And leave down comments below on what your favorite square of my bunch or your bunch. If you a square collector, please drop that down in the comments. As you all know, I always respond in my comments. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now.